Hey everyone, we have an original Nintendo Game Boy in front of us, and it is having some issues with the display. Can you see those lines on the screen? Oh boy, that looks terrible. Now you may be wondering why the box is here. Well, that's because the owner of this really wanted me to show off the fact that the serial number matched between the box and the console. So there you go. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but we got that serial number there, and then we got that serial number there. The owner of this is very proud of that he has a matching box combo. I don't know how many of you guys care, but he really wanted me to show you, so there we go. You have seen it. I can now set this aside. Let's take this whole thing apart. Let's fix the screen. If you guys have been here before, you've seen me take apart Game Boys many times. I do want to point out there's a lot of just like gross finger cheese that's on these D-pads here. Okay, I'm gonna cut, and this is gonna be apart, and we'll work on the screen. Okay, once we have the back unscrewed, and then we've unscrewed the front where the screen is, we can separate this plastic bit and actually put a rag down so that way I have something. You can also look at the buttons. I haven't looked at these yet. Okay, those are kind of cheesy and gross. Ugh, that's awful. Yeah, that's really gross. Okay, that should be cleaned. So next, what we have to do, we need this powered on and working so we can actually see what we're doing for this, because we are going to try to repair the lines on the screen with a soldering iron. Next, we have to peel off this little piece of rubber right here. We gotta remove that and store that somewhere safe, because we will need to put that back on. And we're gonna need to remove this as well, this little adhesive layer, because we need to get to this ribbon cable right here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to have the screen showing up here so we can see what we're doing. I'll try to clean that off later. So we're just gonna apply heat to this ribbon cable, because what's happening, if you're not aware, the adhesive, oh my God, look how bad this speaker is. That speaker's gross. The adhesive for the screen, this ribbon cable, is basically separating. You can kind of see just me pressing on spots. I can make the ribbon, or I can make the lines reappear. So we're just gonna do that, but with heat. Basically, we're hoping that the heat will cause the ribbon cable to re-stick back to the actual screen. So we're just gonna slowly heat up the ribbon cable and just keep going back and forth, trying to get all of these little lines back on the screen. So the hard part about this is these will slowly start popping back off. So you just have to keep doing this, and you have to let it cool down. And then you basically just have to heat it back up again. So I'm just gonna do this for a while. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. I feel like this side was more lit up, and we lost a lot of it just now. That's the hard part with this, is it'll slowly come and go as it heats up and cools down. Okay, after messing around with that a lot, finally got the screen all good. I'm gonna actually let this cool down for a while. I ended up turning the heat up a little bit, and I tried something different. I don't know why this worked. Well, I mean, I kind of do. So I wanted to really just cover all of that area with as much heat as I could. I ended up using solder braid, because this basically just the whole way will conduct heat. And I just laid it down and I just heated up the solder braid, and that covered everything. And that really just got all of it back up and running really quickly. I think we lost one little line over here. That's the thing, is as it cools down, we may lose some, and we may have to just basically take this back apart and do it again. Okay, I think we actually have all of them. So I'm actually gonna clean up the buttons because they're really gross, but I'm gonna let this cool down for a while. I'm gonna clean the buttons, I'm gonna clean the shell up, and while that's cleaning, that'll give this time to cool down, and then put it all back together and see if the screen stays showing picture all over, or if we have to reapply heat again. This can take several tries, like realistically, just because the fact that it's the adhesive, as it cools off, it may basically come unglued again. There's probably much better ways to do this than what I'm doing. I've seen people use capped on tape to basically tape over the areas that are working, so that way they're not just doing what I did where, you know, you heat up one area and then all these go out and you heat up whatever. But this is just how I've always fixed them, is literally this process. This is the first time I've ever used solder wick to try to heat up a larger area all at once. All right, whatever. I'm gonna clean this up and then we'll put it all back together and we should hopefully be good. Fingers crossed. Also, it appears the lens is coming loose here as I was putting this together, so let's just fix that now while we can. I got my tape. I'm just gonna tape that back in. Much better. All right, it's put back together. It's cleaner than it was. Is the screen fully functioning now? Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And there we go. The screen looks gorgeous. Thank God. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you learned something. I don't know. If you enjoyed this, do the things, you know, leave a comment, leave a like. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your neighbors' friends, and to come subscribe and watch my videos. Yep, that's it. Also, there's a Patreon. You can subscribe as $1 a month if you'd like to give me $1 every month and watch other videos that aren't on here. It's just usually me testing stuff. And there's a Discord you can chat in, and I think that's all of the things. Okay, goodbye everybody. I love you all.